Hello, in this tutorial we'll be looking at particle attraction and collision within Tyflow. To begin, I will first be creating a geometry. In this case it will just be a simple rectangle where I will add a modifier called greeble into it. Greeble basically allows me to create a really simple cityscape out of any surface. Once greeble has been applied, in the minimum height I'll set that to 0 and I'll ramp up the maximum height just to give it a bit more variation in building height and also to create a more realistic sort of cityscape really quickly. Once you're happy with that, we will begin loading in the Tyflow objects. So Tyflow object, in helpers, load in the Tyflow icon. Whoops, did it properly. Load in the Tyflow icon, and now I will be entering the Tyflow editor. Click on the Tyflow object, under modifiers, open the editor, and load in a birth, a position icon, a speed. In position icon, we will be selecting the Tyflow icon. To do this, we go to pick the Tyflow icon, and in speed we'll be changing the direction to a long icon arrow and picking our Tyflow arrow here. We'll see if that seems to be working perfectly fine. Now I'll be inserting a shape. Put that under speed. The shape will be going with 3D and we'll be choosing a sphere mid-res. I'll also change the display from small dots to geometry so you can actually see our shapes. And the shape size is fine for now. I'll also be adding a physics shape under shape to give it more realistic effects. Change the whole type to sphere. I'll move the Tyflow object away for a bit, and I'll move this closer to our cityscape. The next step is basically getting these particles to be attracted to the cityscape. To do this, we will need to create a second event here. To do this, we'll load in send out, put that under physics shape, and then put in a find target. In find target, pick our cityscape, and then we will connect send out to event number 2. And as you can see here, our particles are being attracted towards this cityscape here. Unfortunately, as you can see, our particles are going through the cityscape, which is a bit of a problem. But first of all, we need to change the display as well, because the second event also has a display and it's set on second dots. So if we change that to geometry, we'll see our circles more clearly, and we'll see that it's going through the cityscape. To fix this, we will need to add in a physics X collision. Sorry about that. Add that in, put that under find target, pick the cityscape again, and in hull type choose mesh. Mesh basically makes a collision a bit more accurate to our structure's form. And as you can see, it is now colliding. Our balls are now colliding with the cityscape. However, the spheres are crashing into this flat wall over here. To fix this, we will need to move this cityscape down. And as you can see, the spheres will now move more freely through the cityscape. It's a bit of lag, sorry about that. Yep, and when we do it, we can actually see the spheres traveling through this cityscape. However, due to the problem of just the shape of our cityscape not actually being a proper cityscape with actual streets, the spheres are going to find some resistance and they're going to be blocked either way you put it. So we'll look at that in the top view for a better view of what is going on. And as you can see, so some of them are still being blocked by the front, but can't really do too much about that other than editing this shape itself. So we'll try and scale up this cityscape to see how it would. Oops, that's not right. Try expanding this. Go back to perspective, and we will move the Tyflow icon back. See if that changes much. By the looks of it, not really, but this is basically just an initial start for a way to create a really basic pedestrian simulation using attractors and collision in Tyflow. And that is the end of this tutorial. I hope you've learned something and you've enjoyed it. Thank you for your time.